Welcome back to Business Book Insights, the podcast where we summarize the most powerful ideas from top business and self-development books, all in under 5 minutes. Today, we're exploring one of the most influential books on behavior and productivity, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. This book reveals why habits exist, how they work, and how you can change them, whether in your personal life, your business, or your team. Lesson 1, The Habit Loop. Charles Duhigg introduces the idea of the habit loop, a simple but powerful framework that explains how every habit operates. It consists of 3 parts: cue, the trigger that starts the behavior; routine, the actual behavior itself; and reward, the positive feeling your brain associates with the behavior. Example, you feel stressed; cue, you eat chocolate; routine, you feel comfort; reward. Over time, your brain learns to crave the reward whenever the cue appears, and that's how habits form. Key insight: you can't erase a bad habit, but you can replace the routine while keeping the same cue and reward. Lesson 2, changing a habit. Duhigg explains that the secret to changing habits isn't willpower, it's understanding the loop. He calls this the golden rule of habit change. Keep the cue, keep the reward, change the routine. Example, if your cue is afternoon fatigue and your reward is a burst of energy, instead of grabbing coffee or snacks, try taking a short walk or chatting with a colleague. By swapping the routine, you rewire the pattern without fighting it. This process works for individuals, teams, and even entire organizations. Keystone Habits. Some habits matter more than others. Duhigg calls them keystone habits. They're small actions that trigger ripple effects across your life. For example, exercise often leads to better eating and improved focus. Making your bed can increase productivity and motivation. Tracking expenses can build financial discipline. Keystone habits create momentum. Once one area improves, others follow naturally. Quote, "Small wins fuel transformative changes." Lesson 4, habits in organizations. Duhigg also shows how companies and leaders harness habits to drive success. Example, when Paul O'Neill became CEO of Alcoa, he didn't talk about profits or competition. He focused on one habit: workplace safety. By changing the company's safety routines, communication improved, trust grew, and, unexpectedly, profits soared. Organizations, like people, thrive when they identify and improve their keystone habits. Lesson 5, the science of belief. Finally, Duhigg emphasizes the role of belief in sustaining new habits. Change sticks when people believe it's possible, especially when they have support. That's why group environments like workout communities or recovery programs work so well. Quote, "You have to believe change is possible, and once you do, it becomes real." That's it for today's episode of Business Book Insights. The Power of Habit reminds us that success doesn't come from huge transformations, but from small, consistent changes repeated daily. If you can understand your cues, routines, and rewards, you can reshape your life, one habit at a time. Follow the show and share this episode with someone who's ready to build better habits.